So, you're moving to Missouri. Why? I can help you with that. Today, we're going to talk about 10 reasons why people are moving to Missouri. Hey guys, Eva Clark here with Next Door Agents, and we talk everything Warrensburg. So, if you're interested in learning more about Warrensburg or Whiteman Air Force Base, click that like and subscribe button. Also, we get so many calls from people and I really love it. I actually got a call from someone today who's moving to the area and is buying a house and wanted me to help them do that. And I love it. It makes me feel really good in my heart, makes me feel great. So our contact info is down there. If you're moving here, if you're PCSing to Whiteman and you just want to talk about Warrensburg, give me a call. I would love to hear from you. Today, we are going to talk about the 10 reasons why people are moving to Missouri. So I will just get right into it. These are not necessarily in any random order except for number one. Number one is, so you may want to stick around and hear about it. So we will just start with number 10, and number 10 is more coastline than the state of California. I'm not joking. Missouri actually has more coastline than all of California. And that's because we have so many lakes. We have so many lakes in Missouri. Lake of the Ozarks, for example, which is about 2.5 to 3 hours away from Warrensburg, has over 1,150 miles of coastline. And it's just gorgeous. Lake of the Ozarks also has something called Party Cove, which the New York Times called, and I quote, the oldest established permanent floating bacchanal in the country. And in case you would like to know what bacchanal is and you don't feel like getting out your thesaurus or dictionary, a bacchanal is a wild and drunken revelry. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. On 4th of July, over 3,000 boats go to Party Cove and have wild and drunken revelries. Anyway, so yeah, number 10. Our state has more coastline than the state of California. We have so many lakes. It is just gorgeous. Lakes all over Missouri, which a lot of people don't actually realize. They think the Midwest and they think it's just dry and flat, but no, we have gorgeous lakes. Check them out. Number 9 is that Missouri is the Napa Valley of the Midwest. I know, right? Actually, before Prohibition, Missouri was the second largest producer of wine. So we were known for our wine even back then, and we're actually just recently seeing a revival of vineyards in the Missouri area over the last 10 years. So we actually have some really great little wine towns with vineyards like Hermann, Missouri, or Augusta, Missouri, for example. We also have amazing local breweries. We have one in Warrensburg called Phantom Brewery. Missouri is also home to Anheuser-Busch, which is a really giant brewery. I mean, I'm sure most people know about that. And if you go down to St. Louis, you can actually see the Budweiser Clydesdales. They are giant horses. They are so much larger in person than they are in those adorable commercials with a little puppy. So definitely a good trip. But yeah, Missouri, Napa Valley of the Midwest, who would have known? I've gone to some really cute vineyards in Missouri and taken home way too much wine. So, really good reason to move here. Another interesting point to note is that the wine and beer industry here in Missouri has a significant impact on the economy, and I mean to the tune of $1 billion annually per year in wages. So the big breweries, the little breweries, the vineyards, all are really great for our state. So I guess that means you should maybe drink a beer or a glass of wine when you come to Missouri. You're helping the economy. Number 8, the 8th reason that people are moving to Missouri is our parks. I mean, we are called the Show Me State. Our state park system is the 4th in the nation. Like, it's great. And we have 92 state parks and 13 national parks. We are just chock full of nature, people. We have so much nature. I mean, we have so many, in Warrensburg particularly, so many gorgeous hiking trails. And if you drive down towards Lake of the Ozarks, it's just beautiful. In the boot heel of Missouri, gorgeous. So we really like our parks and our outdoor communities here in Missouri. So if you're an outdoor lover, Missouri's the place to be. We also have hundreds of miles of caves, and I'm talking hundreds of miles of caves. Missouri is also kind of known as the cave state. So driving anywhere throughout Missouri, you'll see signs on the side of the road advertising different caves, and you can actually take tours, and it's really cool. So parks and caves, we got them. Moving on to number 7, barbecue. I mean, whenever you think of Kansas City, or Missouri for that matter, you think of barbecue. At least I hope you think of barbecue. We are really intense about our barbecue. Actually, the 4th most barbecue restaurants per capita in the state of Missouri. So we have so much barbecue. And there's 2 different types of barbecue. There's Kansas City barbecue, which is thicker and has a more tomato-based sauce, or St. Louis barbecue, which is, about 3 hours east. And the sauce is thinner and it's more vinegary. Which is better? I'll let you decide. We do have a barbecue restaurant here in town, Muddy Water, and it's great, but when you think of Kansas City barbecue, you think of like Jack Stacks. It's pretty hard to beat Kansas City barbecue, in my opinion. Obviously, feel free to comment below and tell me, what's your favorite barbecue restaurant in Kansas City and St. Louis? There are so many to choose from. I may not have been to all of them, so you should probably tell me where I should go next. Number 6 is the military. And that's because we actually have 2 amazing bases here in Missouri, one of which is near and dear to my heart. It's Whiteman Air Force Base, and it's right outside of Warrensburg. And I've actually talked quite a bit about this base in other videos, but needless to say, we have the B-2 bomber, and soon we're gonna get the B-21 bomber. So very exciting things coming to Whiteman. But if you're PCSing into Whiteman, you can use your GI Bill to actually further your education at the University of Central Missouri. So there's so many opportunities for military families in Missouri. The other base is actually in Fort Leonard Wood, and it is an Army base. I'm sure it's also awesome. Missouri is very military and veteran friendly though. I would say most restaurants and stores around here have a military or veterans discount. I know my gym, CrossFit Believe, does. So it's great to be in the military in Missouri. It's a good reason to move here. Now I will put a little pause in my video and say, what's your guys' favorite thing about Missouri if you currently live in Missouri? And if not, if you're moving here, what are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to? Just shoot me a comment. I actually want to know, amazingly. Number 5 is tax benefits. Amazingly enough, Missouri is actually the 18th best state for being taxpayer friendly, which is awesome. We also have property taxes that are below the national average. Yeah. And if you're moving here to retire, your Social Security retirement income is tax exempt. So, pay less taxes, move to Missouri. Number 4 is we experience all 4 seasons. I know, it's kind of awesome. I'm a big fan of spring, summer, fall, and winter, like actually having them divided. I've lived in places where it never really changes, but I really like seeing the leaves change. I really like seeing new flowers come up in the spring. I'm a big fan of seasons, but our seasons are not too harsh, which is also nice. It's not like the crazy weather up in Wyoming or Montana, where you're dealing with like massive amounts of snow, or down in Florida where you're just dealing with this heavy heat and humidity. We're kind of in the middle, which is nice. Our average temperatures in the summer, like from July through August, is between 87 and 99 degrees, so it is hot and humid. And then our average winter temperatures can get a little cold. It's between 90 and 40 degrees. So it's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's kind of wonderfully in the middle. And come on, fall is the best season. Personally, I think fall is the best season. What do you think the best season is? Let me know down below. Number 3 is safety. And this is kind of like a weird one to put on the list, but it's something that a lot of people commented on when I asked, why did you move to Missouri? It's that they feel safe. And that's because they're not really dealing with things like rising sea tides or flooding like you would see on the East Coast or the West Coast, or extreme fires or droughts, things like that. And there's also not a lot of political upheaval. So in the middle of Missouri, people are kind of just happy. And we like it that way. Which leads me to number 2, and that's the people. I got so many comments from people that one of the biggest things that they love about Missouri is the people. We just have really friendly people here. I've talked about it actually in a couple other videos, personal stories of being helped out by neighbors or people who saw me on the side of the road and they just helped out of the kindness of their hearts. But people in the Midwest are genuinely nice. And it's something that if you're not used to it, you almost have to get used to it a little bit, because it's like, why are these people being so nice to me? Why are they helping me? Why are they helping me change my tire or mow my lawn? And it's just because that's what people in the Midwest do. They help each other. And maybe it's related back to when pioneers crossed the West to get to Oregon or something like that. Like, everyone has to help each other. Can you tell I've been watching a little too much 1883? But anyway, I digress. People in the Midwest are genuinely nice, and it's actually one of the things that I love most about living in Missouri. And we're here, number 1. The number 1 reason that I got from people when I asked them why they moved to Missouri is the cost of living. Da-da-da-da-da, drum roll. Sorry. The cost of living here, it's great. It's 16.3% below the national average, and specifically with homeowners costs. So buying a house here is going to be less expensive than almost every other state in the country. And specifically, if you come to Warrensburg and buy a house, you're gonna find some amazing deals because our housing market is amazing. But the cost of living in Missouri is so much better than, for example, California or New York, areas where you have an incredibly inflated cost of living. Here, our gross rents and our homeowners costs are below the national average. So it's affordable. So live in Missouri, you have wineries, you have amazing lakes, you have amazingly friendly people, local breweries, it's safe, and it's not as expensive to live here. What more can you ask for? Well, I hope you liked my video today, the 10 reasons why people move to Missouri. I hope you liked the interspersed little Facebook comments from all the people that I randomly asked. And I really hope this helps you in your decision of whether or not to move to Missouri. Thanks for having me. Oh, and if you want to talk everything about moving to Warrensburg or Whiteman Air Force Base, what it's like to live, eat, sleep, drink, play here, definitely make sure you like and subscribe. And then if you're moving here and you need some help, just contact me. I really do love hearing from people. It definitely makes my day. Our number's down below. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.